Match between the Cherbourg United team and the Yarrabah Seahawks. Yarrabah last year's finalists. Yarrabah will be running right to left. Brad Cook joined by Justin Lumans in the commentary position today. And we get things underway. And at first touch of the football will be the Cherbourg United team with Jordan Malone hitting it up for Cherbourg. They had a big clash in the quarter-final yesterday against the Kupiam Tigers, and they drew the match in that one, Justin, but scored the first try to get themselves here through to the semi-final. They are a very willing team and will always wear their heart on their sleeve.
Oh, most definitely. You know, that was a great match yesterday, but as we said, this Cherbourg side, obviously, the number 7 they've got needs no introduction, and really been controlling game. As we see a break here already.
Already through, looks like Francis Renoff might be the man charging through down the left-hand side for Cherbourg. Is Sando's the man he mentioned. Puts the ball through, and here comes Malone once more, flicks the ball out the back. Nice work up the middle. This time it's with Joshua Costello. It was with Anthony Gadd, was the man with the magic hands in the number 11 for Cherbourg. Here's Sando now, back over to Gadd. Gadd now, he comes, puts the ball through the right-hand side, diving down through the corner, tries to tap it back in, but can't quite get the ball in. And the Yarrabah Seahawks will have their first chance at the ball. What a great first upset there for Cherbourg.
Well, you can say, you know, they're ready to play, these boys. We always talk about it. Semi-final, the winner goes through to the grand final, the loser goes home, and these boys are going to leave nothing in the tank on this one to make sure they get through.
Here are the Seahawks now. There's a big charge forward there. Some players, they play well above their weight in these Murri Carnivals. That time it was Landon Kiona, the man with the football. Offload back now. It's with one of the Murga boys. You'll see quite a lot. There's Charles. Oh, he goes straight through. It's Frank Canendo. He was brilliant yesterday, Canendo. He goes through once more. One of the absolute best for Yarrabah yesterday was Frank. They come left side now with Charles Murga. He gives the short pass. Flip back as well. Oh, back to Murga. He will score the try. Great work there from Merton Richards to pop the ball back to Murga. And what a great first up try there for Charles.
I'm going to tell you, Cookie, end-to-end stuff. As we've seen, Cherbourg really put it on that first set. Yarrabah's answered in the best possible way and gone 100 metres to score a try.
Superb skills here from Merton Richards. Got through the tackle, popped the ball back on the inside. Great backing up from the halfback, as always. He has been one of the stars for Yarrabah this tournament, along with Fenton Murga as well. The Murgas well represented here for the Yarrabah Seahawks.
Yeah, that was a great try there. As you said, it was just staying alive. The half break, as they're falling through the tackle, popped the ball back up, and they got the 4 points, kick to come. Yarrabah will have to be very happy with the way that's happened. Full length of the field, 4 points, possibly going to be 6. And we're not even 3 minutes in, Cookie, so it's exciting stuff. And these boys are really gunning for that grand final position.
The man scoring the try has the all-important responsibility of converting. Didn't have the best day with the boot yesterday. It's been tricky conditions over the 4 days of the carnival. 38 searing degree heat on Thursday. A little bit cool, around 31, 32 degrees on Friday. And yesterday was drizzling and freezing. We had Macca Blacklock wearing hoodies and scarves yesterday. But it certainly warmed up in the afternoon. And today we have a beautiful day here in Ipswich.
Yeah, most definitely. Look, it's really cleared up. There's a light breeze around, but it does feel a little bit steamy down on the field. So the boys are going to have to be right on their game and keep the fluids up. As the kick goes straight over the middle to add the 2 points. Yarrabah Seahawks will go to 6, leading Cherbourg 0.
The man who bringing us all the action today is that ever-dashing Donald Johannesson.
Yeah, morning, Brad. And, of course, there's another semi-final happening. Southern Dingoes up against Perga, and Jake Duke's keeping an eye on that for NITV. What's the score?
Yeah, Donnie, the Southern Dingoes are leading Perga Wagtail 6-0. They're about 15 minutes in over there. They're not in time here, but they're early lead. Anthony Hooper scored out wide early.
Great. We'll keep an eye on that game too.
Thanks, Donald, and thanks to young Jake doing some great work for us here for NITV. Keeping our team sheets accurate as well, an all-important role here at Murri and Knockout Carnivals as Yarrabah continue their way upfield.
Good work, guys. Off we go. 7, get square.
Down the right-hand side now. Beautiful work there from Pearson. Tries to put his winger away, but he's taken the ground. That's Hayden Brown, one of the try scorers yesterday, but the ball does come loose. Cherbourg come up with possession.
Yeah, it was a nice little run down there by Theron Pearson. He's had a little bit of experience in the Q Cup from Yarrie, but as you said, the ball's been turned over. Cherbourg tackled right on the 50-metre line. They'll obviously be looking for some attacking plays.
Let's see what Cherbourg can do now. Looks like big Guppery Unipingu out there from northeast Arnhem Land playing here for the Cherbourg mob. Little bit of sloppy play here for Cherbourg. They'll need to get things set. And who else better to do that than Chris Sando? Oh, but he puts the ball down, takes his eyes off it, and Chrissy has put it down. All the pressure here on Cherbourg. They trail 6 points to 0.
Cooking well, the curse of the commentator saying he's got to do something, and he's dropped that one. But look, that just proves it. It happens to the best of them, no matter what.
We do have some highlights, trying to bring you some pictures of Field 2 today, the match, the second semi-final, the men between the Southern Dingoes and the Perga Wagtails. And here's the Southern Dingoes. Nice little dummy thrown there from Hopper, and he scores the try beside the post. It was converted, and they took a 6 points to 0 lead. Back here now to live pictures as the Yarrabah Seahawks cross the halfway line. It's with Cameron Formile.
Go.
As mentioned earlier, Cookie, this Yarrabah side was in the grand final last year, so they'll be ready for the big games, and they'll probably be hoping to go one better.
Here's the charge down the right side from Noel Underwood, who gets the ball away. Long pass out the back. Fenton Murga pops the ball out the back. Still on the play. It's play on. Long pass out wide. Nice stuff here to Merton Richards. We saw him before Richards. It's play on, but he's collected there by the Cherbourg team. Enterprising stuff here from the Yarrabah Seahawks as Fenton Murga now. He gives a pass away. Kayuna, he gives a ball away. Oh, almost caught there is Mullaney. He's brought to ground. 10 metres out now from the Cherbourg line. Underwood goes to the right. It's Fenton again. Ball's popped up. It's play on here for Cherbourg. Doesn't quite have the pace for the United Cherbourg team. And he's picked up there by Yarrabah. Donald down the sideline. Some warm conditions today, Donny.
It's very hot down here too, Brad. Eddie Pryor, great start for the Seahawks.
Yeah, mate, we got a good start from the right foot today. So told them about yesterday, yeah, they just started off a bit slow. So today we really had to own up, and because they got really Chris's sound of their playing, so we have to be alert for him, mate.
Okay, thanks, Eddie.
Deep kick downfield from Chris Sando, picked up there by Jaden Kayuna. Oh, and he's taken a solid tackle. Anthony Gadd over the top. Here's Mullaney, the fullback. Nothing of him, but he tries to go straight through the middle. And there's a bit of NRL hit over the top. No, was it Eddie? It was Eddie Aubrey this time. Didn't quite like it either to Mullaney. Cops a warning on the run from the referee, and it's Eddie Aubrey over the top. Bit of what for? Welcome to the Murri Carnival. But the kick has failed to find touch here now from Yarrabah. Mistakes you can't afford to make as Paul Kyle cleans up here for Cherbourg, but he too's come up with a mistake. And it's play on here for the Seahawks. Short pass here. This time it's with Paul Neal. Straight up the middle goes Neal. Miller at dummy half. He scoots. Picked up very nicely in a good tackle. They go right short side. It's Neal once more. I'll have another hit up, says Big Paul.
Stand up.
Look left, but go right. Goes long to Fenton Murga. He throws the dummy. Gives a beautiful short pass to Underwood. He slams the ball down beside the post, and the Seahawks are in again.
Because I'm going to tell you, that was just a great line. Underwood just really picked his mark, found the space, ran on that line. So I think it's Fenton come across and just dished off the ball. That was a great try for Yarrabah Seahawks there. Got a little sloppy in the middle, a bit of drop ball from both sides, but Yarrabah ended up the better and got down the right end of the field. As we see the replay here, ball comes out, inside runner, everyone's sliding, hit that short, Underwood, and right foot, slams the ball down. Yarrabah, they're on fire at the moment. Cookie, they're going to be very happy.
Always helps to score them beside the post as well to make the kicks nice and easy. And this kick to come will make it 12-0 for Yarrabah. But it's been the Fenton Murga show, hasn't it, on that right-hand side, controlling play nicely.
Yeah, most definitely. And as we said, this is a semi-final game. There's a 30-minute halves. It's a little bit hotter. The boys are playing a little bit longer than what they did through the prelims. So we'll see how that works and takes it out, bearing in mind there's been a lot of heavy days contact and heavy days football past. So the boys are really going to have to dig deep. But the way Yarrabah are going at the moment, they want to revenge that grand final loss last year. And I can tell you, they're looking really sharp, Cookie.
Looking the goods. And we heard from their coach earlier too. They didn't want to get off to a sloppy start. Wanted to hit this one nice and quickly. And with that goal converted by Lyle Murga, take a 12-0 lead here. Great start here from the Yarrabah Seahawks.
And you're right, you can't take the Cherbourg side lightly. There's a heap of Q Cup experience, of course an NRL experience there, so you never know what's going to happen. As the kickoff goes deep, and Yarrabah will be bringing it back off their try line.
Well, flick it out wide too. Paul Neal says, I want to take it down the left side. Not afraid to throw the ball around, and you do want a good set of 6. Plenty of confidence here early for the Yarrabah Seahawks. Scoot here from dummy half from young Tamatius Johnson. He's a very tricky customer. Don't let his size fool you. He gets around plenty of defenders. Here's Miller with another scoot. Bit of a limp there coming from Shaquille Blair and Cherbourg's number 10. Looks to be limping badly. Ball back on the inside. Here's a nice hole run. Beautiful angled run coming in there from Milton Mossman. Back down the left side now. Here's the kick from Lyle Murga. Oh, a bit of a mistake at the back here. It's gone backwards. Well, I don't understand that one. It looked like the ball had gone backwards off the hand of Donald Malone. He looks quite mystically at the referee to say, how did that go forward? Maybe Donald Johannesson had a closer view of that one.
Yeah, Brad, that did definitely go backwards, so I'm surprised about that call as well. But Jake Duke's got an update on the Southern Dingoes Perga game that's also playing.
The Perga Wagtails just scored a beautiful try in the corner, Donny, but I think the Dingoes have just gone over again. So it was 6-all, but I think the Dingoes have just scored, so it'll be 10-6 kick to come.
Okay, and we'll keep an update on that, and we'll have a chat to Ricky Bird, the Cherbourg coach, soon too.
Thanks, Don, and thanks to Jake, as Yarrabah on the attack once more. Looking to put their 3rd try on the board already. Here's the wizard, Fenton Murga. Here's the short pass once more, slammed down to the ground. Yarrabah only metres away from the line. That time it was with Murri Murga, who's got plenty of pace. Ricky Barber's the man with the ball. He offloads. Picked up and almost dumped there was Javelin Mundaclay. Now out left once more is Murga. Lyle, this time with Fenton. He switched to the other side. He's cleaned up in a massive tackle from Yunupingu. And Cherbourg have possession of the football. Knock on there. Called. And the penalty's been given as well. Not happy with the decision.
Knee in the face. No. You missed it. Did you miss it? I'll roll it as I see it, buddy. Why not knee? So what if we do a knee? I'll roll it. I'll roll it as I see it. Off we go.
Little bit of quizzing of the referee from one of the most experienced players out there in Chris Sando with the Parramatta Eels. And Lyle Murga will take a kick for goal. And they've had all the possession. This is an interesting decision, Justin.
Well, it is. It's it's probably going to calm things down as well. This Cherbourg side, as we've spoken about, Q Cup experience across the field, and heavy players. They've been great all carnival, and this is going to fire them up. And so just taking these 2 points is probably just going to give it a few extra minutes to slow it, calm it down, and let everybody regain their thoughts and catch their breath. Because, look, Yarrabah definitely have the upper hand at the moment. You look out there, Chrissy's pointing around, everybody, there's something happening. They're going to explode. They're ready to go. And there's plenty of points in that Cherbourg side. As I mentioned before, Donnie Malone there. You've got Liam Georgetown as the kick goes. Well, it was successful. Yarrabah Seahawks will go to a 14-0 lead over Cherbourg United.
Nice kick there from Lyle Murga. I wonder why Charles was kicking so much yesterday, saving Lyle's right boot. And we do have the other try from field 2. As mentioned by Jake, looked like had been another try here for Southern Dingoes. Just an interception there. Big Dan Bacco crosses in the right-hand side corner for the Southern Dingoes. I'm sure the kicker appreciates that one as well.
You've got to be Big Dan Bacco, big intercept. You're not too far to run. He was happy there.
Find the post, Dan. Back to our field semi-final one here between the Cherbourg United and Yarrabah Seahawks. Yarrabah flying here at the moment, 14-0, and only 14 minutes gone here on the clock. 30 minutes per half here in the semi-final. 10 minutes more per half than they've been playing. Great play down the left here from Yarrabah. He's through. It's Richards once more. He finds on the inside there and Pearson. Got a bit of toe himself. He points to the post, but he runs straight to the corner and puts the ball down again. You can hear the chants of Guila coming from the Yarrabah Seahawks bench. They're 18 points to 0 up here over the talented Cherbourg side.
As I said, that was a great try. And mentioned earlier, you know, this guy, Theron Pearson, he's had some great experience and a great player. But I can tell you, from the kickoff, they're spreading that ball to this left-hand side or their left-hand side. Obviously, it's a game plan that they've put in place. And I can tell you, Cookie, it's coming up traps. They're making plenty of space. The support's there. Cherbourg's a little bit shell-shocked here.
Impressed by the young winger there, Merton Richards. He's shown great hands to give the pass back on the inside before to Charles Murger. And now giving the pace straight through the middle and popping it back into Pearson. Definitely a player to watch is Richards.
And obviously, the Yarry boys are pointing to the post and Theron's going the other way. He, I don't know, there's a camera out there. He's running into it. But it was a great try by Theron Pearson. As I said, you know, a great player, and he's had a very good carnival out in the centres. Look, yeah, I can tell you, Cookie, I wouldn't pick this. You know, halfway through the first half, 15 minutes down, and 18-0, potentially 20-0 to Yarrabah. I knew they're good, and it was going to be close, but you know, Cherbourg has to be shocked.
Absolutely
shell-shocked. You can't ride them out.
Well, they're long semi-finals, aren't they? 60-minute semi-finals, and it's such warm conditions. And we've talked through the heat that they've had to play through over the last 3 days. It'd be taxing on some of these players. They've got some big boys out there too for Cherbourg, and Yarrabah just seem to be getting them on the outside.
Conversion unsuccessful there, and Cookie, you're right, but this is carnival football, mate. 5 tries in 10 minutes. It can happen. Not a problem. That's what we want to see.
18 points to 0, the Yarrabah Seahawks over Cherbourg. Don't be confused, they're not 3 converted tries. Yarrabah did put a penalty goal over early on. Not what you see a lot in Murri Carnivals.
Well, this Yarrabah here, you know, they took the 2 points on offer. Obviously, they've got a plan. Cherbourg now kick to their left-hand side where Yarrabah have been running from the kickoffs.
Massigan Smith, the man bringing it out for Yarrabah, and here's another charge for the Seahawks. Put to the ground in a solid tackle in there from Trevor Blair. Very slow to his feet. Oh, big contact going in here from Cherbourg. They realise they have to get some sort of field position up here to put any pressure on the Yarrabah Seahawks. They come left now, it's with Miller. He goes through the middle once more. You'll see him duck into dummy half from time to time. Lowell Murger at dummy half. He's Fenton with the kick. Nice deep kick downfield. And Dennis Sando's the man at back who is also having trouble with the football back there. What's going on with the Cherbourg fullbacks today?
Well, the referee went down. Had a collision with Chrissy out there.
Yeah, well, of all players to bump into, the boy he's had a few conversations with as well. Donald Johannesson on the sideline for NITV.
Yeah, thanks, Brad. Up here with Ricky Bird, coach of Cherbourg. We're up here because he's got an injury to his leg. That's why we're sitting down. But the team's not out of it yet, Ricky.
No, mate. It's not the best of starts, but I just trying to tell the boys to settle down and just grind their way back into it. So they're playing some good footy at the moment, the Yarrabah boys, but we haven't had much of the ball yet. So hopefully we can work our way back into the game.
Here's their opportunity now, Don, as the ball comes back on the inside to Donald Malone. He'll score down the left. We've got to throw down to Ricky Bird as much as possible if Cherbourg are going to get back into this one. But it all started from an incredible long ball from Chris Sando.
Yeah, you're correct there, Cookie, you know, and they found that space, and as we said, we can't write this Cherbourg side off. There is extra 10 minutes each half, and this is carnival football. A lot of tries can be scored. As we've seen there, and I'll say it again, you know, the wealth of talent on this Cherbourg side looks great, and Donnie Duck Malone there is just gone over to score a try as we watch the replay. Cut out ball, winger was over, great support on the inside. As we break through, Malone, there he goes, clear under the line. 4 points, that should be 6 as the kick to come.
There he is, Donald Malone. He's played a lot of good quality football over the years and probably thought he could have gone on to play a lot of NRL football in his career.
Yeah, you're right there. He's had a fantastic career in that Q Cup. You know, obviously with the Ipswich Jets, had a great year in the Q Cup this year. You know, Ipswich were up there to potentially could have been in the grand final. As we see the kick go, it's successful. Cherbourg have opened the scoring for them. They're 6 points. Yarrabah still leading, 18 points to 6.
And what a wealth of kicking talent they have in this team from Cherbourg. That was Liam Georgetown, record holders in the Q Cup over consecutive years. He's had plenty of talent. And I believe Donald Johannesson's downstairs with Jake.
Yeah, that's right. Jake Duke's keeping an eye on the Southern Dingoes versus the Perga match. And Jake, what's the latest on that?
The Pergtails just scored again, so it's 12-10 to them. And they just crossed out wide, and there's only about 2 minutes till half-time.
Thanks, Jake.
Thanks, boys, keeping us updated on what's happening in the second semi-final. As Cherbourg bring it out, they're trailing 18 points to 6 now. Getting right back into this game are Cherbourg.
All right, Cooker, still 10 minutes to go. These extra 10 minutes, the players are going to relish, especially the players like Chrissy Sandow out there. They'll be starting to exploit the tide men. Yarrabah have had all the running at the moment. Let's see how they go now, and they need to control this ball.
Here's Trevor Blair taking it forward for Cherbourg. See what they've got on here. Another good set now for Cherbourg. Sando throws the ball backwards to Dennis Sando. Struggling to get free from the tackle. He's taken the ground. Here's the last tackle now for Cherbourg. Comes back to Chris Sando. He puts up the bomb. It's a beautiful spiralling torpedo. Waiting there at fullback. Oh, nicely taken was Murri Carnival. And we said he's got some pace. He already gets on the outside of a couple. He's still going Carnival. Throws the ball along the ground and it's knocked on. All the pressure here on Yarrabah. No need for that. Carnival puts his head down and they've given the...
dive on he's a prime player.
Well, this is a huge call. Ken Cobbo's been penalised. They're going down the player after the player's knocked on.
He dived on a prime player. It's dangerous. Away. No, away.
Let's have a look at the replay here. As we said, got on the outside, tried to put the ball through. Man's hit the deck.
Let's go, guys. What are you doing?
A little how you doing. Don't worry, you don't have the ball.
I dare say the penalty was deserved.
Yes, 22. Here we go, guys.
And on the field too, got some more highlights. Perga. There's Unky Walker there, just putting the ball on a string as always. Andrew Walker, one of the great dual internationals of Union and League. Great to see him still playing here with the Perga Wagtails. Lives out this way too. And Unky's on fire on field too in the second men's semi-final.
Yeah, you're right there. We go back to this penalty that's brought Yarrabah back down here. Look, we understand, the toughness of the game, but you've got to have some smarts about you as well. But anyway, Yarrabah are in a decent position, just across the halfway line, and let's see what they can produce here. They'll be looking for...
What about the interchange of play there from the prop forwards? Love it. With this, Malone's picked up the loose pass. Can he get through? Can't miss him in those dashing orange boots, and a penalty once more. Hanging on too long in the tackle. Puts his hand up that time, did Landon Coyne, and said, yep, well, we're back on side, boys, and let's defend.
I tell you, Cookie, we talk about it in boxing, the later rounds, the championship rounds. We're now in this football game, the last 10 minutes, which is extra to what they've been playing. We can say this is the championship time, championship minutes for these footy matches.
Well, we've got to get them into the second half as well, too.
I'm excited, mate.
Plenty of time left in this one, that's for sure. Here's Eddie Aubrey now. Another penalty for offside. The man called off there, Greg Miller. Chris Sando calls for calm. Now he takes the tap, throws a long ball out wide. 6.5 minutes left. Malone goes himself. He doesn't quite put the ball down, makes it an easier kick there for Liam Georgetown. And look out, here comes Cherbourg. 18 points to 10 with a kick to come.
Look, exciting stuff there. As I said, I'm very excited here. But, the game, the way the game's been played, the very much of this first half's been controlled by Yarrabah. Cherbourg just weren't in the game, didn't have the ball. That's now reversed. Yarrabah are struggling to hold on to it, and they're being punished by the loose ball and the errors they're making. And Cherbourg, 2 tries. Looks like it's going to go to 18-12. Kick still to come, though. This is exciting, mate.
Bit of a one-on-one miss here for the wizard from Yarrabah, Fenton Murga. Just too much strength and pace there from Donald Malone. He picks up his second try of this men's semi-final here at the Arthur Beetson Foundation State Murri Carnival for 2013. We hope all you mob at home are enjoying our pictures here on NITV. Just a joy for us to be here. The conditions are beautiful, nice and warm day. And Justin Lumens is excited, which means I'm excited as well.
Thank you, mate. I've got a disease called enthusiasm.
It's infectious.
All right, as we see, The kick about to happen here.
He doesn't miss too many, does Liam. Georgetown puts that one over. 18 points to 12 now. Yarrabah lead over Cherbourg. They've cut the deficit now back to 6. And they've got the wind in their sails. Looks like it won't be long before it's 18 all. With 5 minutes left on this first half of the semi-final.
Yeah, the Yarrabah boys just need to regroup here and just stay calm. We always talk about it. The set of 6 straight after tries being scored, very important for both teams.
Here's the kickoff from Ricky Barber. Taken nicely, and Cherbourg will bring it out of their own goal line. Nathan Conlon looks like with a big charge there for Cherbourg. Player from Yarrabah holding his head in the background. And the ball's come loose, but he's had a little bit of help in there. 2 in the tackle. Yarrabah penalised for the strip. And Cherbourg will get out of their own half quite easily now. As the player down in the background is Clinton Smith, who is in a little bit of pain. And hopefully while Clinton recovers, we'll go back down to Donald for an update.
Yeah, Brad, it's also half-time in the other semi-final, and Jake Duke's been keeping an eye on that. What's the latest?
Bit of controversy over on field too. Andrew Walker was sin-binned for a professional foul. He's playing for Perga, so he's been off for 10, and straight after the Dingoes crashed over. So it's 16 points to 12 at half-time.
Great. Thanks, Brad.
Thanks, boys. And Unky A is 10 in the bin, having a bit of rest. And let's hope that doesn't affect the Perga too much, and we keep a fairly even game over there on field 2. 2 solid teams over the course of this carnival as Conlon charges forward once more. 2 big runs in a row. Plenty happening as Georgetown takes it to the line. Clinton Smith seems to have recovered. He's in for another tackle, but just once again slow to get up from the ground as Sando goes long. He gives a short pass. Oh, the ball's come forward there off Dennis Sando, off the pass of Cecil Sullivan. And Cherbourg, just when it looked like they had some good field position off a couple of penalties, come up with a mistake.
Yeah, not like Dennis to make a couple of simple errors like that. But obviously, look, I believe the Yarrabah boys would be very happy with that. Cherbourg got the wind in the sails and we're in great attacking position. But as we've seen with the Yarry boys, let's see if they can turn it around. They're nice and wide. If they got this spread, let's see what comes out from this scrum as they get a little bit heated.
Move away, move back.
Well, they were the 2 boys who came together in the last tackle. Clinton Smith and also Nathan Conlon, the 2 big props on the open side. And the referee will try and get some control of this match.
Listen. We're here to play football, okay? You elbow me earlier? Listen, we're here to play football. Play football.
Oh, simple instructions from the referee. This is why we're here. Play football, boys.
Radio, lock him up.
Can't argue with that one. Keeps the impetus on the players to behave themselves as Ross Mullaney takes it up the middle. Not much of him, but gee, runs hard, does the fullback. He's Brendan Tatapata now taking it forward for Yarrabah. He'll play it just on the other side of the halfway line. Here's Smith. Once again, slow to get up with the play. Trevor Blair that time lurking around the play the ball as Charles Murger kicks it nice and deep. Slow to get back there and ducks under one high tackle as Dennis Sando gets it over the 10-metre line. And Cherbourg now with all the pressure as he looks to the touch judge for a little bit of relief there. Thought he copped one high. In Murri Carnivals, you'll cop more than one a little bit too high. Always play to the whistle. Big charge down the left-hand side here for Cherbourg. Anthony Gadd looked like the big man down the left side. Here's Chris Sando now. Another long pass to Georgetown. He tries to get on the outside. Oh, beautiful pass out the back, but the pass is put down. Unlucky there as Paul Cole can't handle. Charles Murger says play on. And it's with Tomatius Johnson who takes the tackle, tries to get up and play a little bit further, but he's claimed 20 metres out now. Full set of 6 to come here for the Yarrabah Seahawks as Paul Neal charges forward.
Just over a minute to go, so they're going to need a big set of defensive 6 here for Cherbourg.
Barber now onto Tatapata. He puts the settle up the middle. What have they got here, the Seahawks? They're in front by 6. Can they add to this deficit? Here's Pearson, throws the dummy, goes himself. Oh, as easy as you like. There, Pearson leaves 2 Cherbourg players, 3 on the ground behind him. He scores under the post. They'll go to a 12 points to nil lead after this kick.
Cookie, I can tell you what's happening over here. This Yarrabah side, all game they've been attacking on their left side, so obviously Cherbourg's right side. Chrissy Sandow's come over and started to defend on this side, so all of a sudden Pearson's gone back and ran straight through the area that Chrissy's been defending before. So, look, this Yarrabah side, they're really working toward a game plan, and it's coming up trumps for them.
Clever play. He's been fast, he's been strong, and now quite clever. Wipes away a little bit of a spot there on the grass to place the football. Nice little package. Delivers it to the football gods.
It does. Theron Pearson, as I said, great experience, and I do believe he's signed with the Central Queensland Capras for the upcoming year. So obviously he's got some great form in him at the moment.
Sharing the kicking once more as the hooter goes in the background for the halftime break. Lyle Murga has handed it back over to Charles for the kicking duties. Good to see leaves him with the nice easy kicks. He puts it over as well. What a great half it's been for Yarrabah. 24 points to 12. They lead in this first semi-final. And they'll go on to play the winner of this match in the final this afternoon. Will be our final game today on our coverage here on NITV. We've got a great lot of games to bring for you today. We're going to take a break and be back with the second half of this men's semi-final right after this on NITV. Welcome back to the Briggs Road Sporting Complex here in Ipswich for the Arthur Beetson Foundation State Murri Carnival, the men's semi-final here on Field 1 between the Yarrabah Seahawks and Cherbourg United. Yarrabah leading 24 points to 12 here at half-time. Yarrabah running left to right of screen. Cyprian Mossman was the man playing the football that time. And another big run that time coming in from Jabalum Mundaclay. Now back out to the right side with Noel Underwood. He's been menacing again, Underwood. Nice offload back on the inside. And Barber will play the football 40 metres out from his own line. Here's a run from Kayuna up the middle. He's put to ground there and a tackle from Ryan Walker. There's a player we've seen play a bit of first-grade football in the past for the Penrith Panthers. This time it's Frank Canendo out wide. Gee, he's been good too for Seahawks over the Carnival. Down the short side now, Charles Murga puts the kick over the top. Dennis Sando back there for Cherbourg to clean up. Oh, he slips and almost gets put into his own in goal. But the ball on the open field side where he needs it to be. And Cherbourg will try and work it out from their own line. Big collision going in there too from the Seahawks. Here's Aubrey now to bring it out from his own line, 10 metres out. Who'll put up their hand and work. Here's the short work in the middle. Another good run here from Sullivan, the 5'8". He says, I'll put my hand up and have a run. Here's the last tackle now. Comes back to Sando. He puts in a big, long kick. Got one of the strongest boots in the NRL. And back there to clean up is Hayden Brown, who offloads the pass already to Mullaney. Mullaney's met in a solid tackle in there from Gadd. Here's Brown once more, runs from dummy half. Let's just see who wants to score first points here in the second half as Underwood runs down the right-hand side. Good young player here for the Yarrabah Seahawks. Mossman, the man with the football. He's met by 3 there in the tackle from Cherbourg.
Look, I've just seen Dennis Sander come out onto the wing here. I'm not too sure if he's injured or hurt himself in that contact, but he's not at the usual fullback position as we see this kick chase.
Oh, he's been forced to play at the football. Has the makeshift winger there for Cherbourg, not the usual fullback as mentioned there by Justin, but he did come up with a mistake there, Keith Walsh, as Donald Johannessen's down on the touchline here for NITV.
Yeah, semi-final 2 is still happening on the other field. The Dingoes up against Pergo. Jake Duke's got the latest for us.
With Pergo still down a man, Wes Conlon, the fullback for the Dingoes, is having a field day. He just scored his 2nd try. The Dingoes lead 22-12 about halfway through the second half.
Stay behind the
Thanks,
line.
Jake.
Just seeing some of the highlights of that try being scored as Conlon crosses over for the try. Jake Duke working overtime here for NITV. He's been great for us, getting all the team sheets prepared and ready for our call here, thanks to Don down on the sideline as well. Here they come at Yarrabah. They lead 24 points to 12. Just 3 minutes into this second half. And only 10 metres out now. What can the Seahawks do? They come back to the left-hand side. No way through there. Menacing defence coming over the top. Looked like it might have been Nathan Conlon, the man with the tackle. Comes short, Mullaney. He's been a fullback, but he's played more of a running role today. Not really passing the football much as Pearson goes in a dummy half. A long pass over the top to Charles Murger. Short pass. Canendo's picked up and placed on his back by Georgetown. That is a cracking tackle from the Cherbourg centre.
Well, we talk about heavy contact. One of the greatest hits of the carnival right there.
Well, Canendo has been a real star for the Seahawks, but he's picked up and put on his back there by Georgetown. You won't see much better than that in a game of rugby league.
Tidy that talk up. All right, here we go. Lock down. Head. Out.
And here he is now, the man who's pulled off the tackle. Georgetown says, I can make it in defence, I can do it in attack, I can kick goals, I'm ready to go. Jordan Malone going in for some work this time from Cherbourg. Aubrey wants another run. They're putting their hands up to run the football now at Cherbourg. Comes out the short side here to Walker. Walker's picked up pretty quickly there too by Yarrabah. They come short side once more. Donald Malone this time. Can he flick the pass out? He gets it away. Nicely done that time. Gets around to Rory Conlon, the man with the football. Layman Bruni throws a loose pass, picked up by Chris Ando. He can't get through the tackle.
Just a flip, turnover.
The referee calls the turnover. Chrissy thought he might have got taken high, come up over the shoulder. I think it was a fair tackle, but Donny's back down on the sideline.
Eddie Pryor's with me, the coach for Yarrabah. I tell you what, a couple of late tries in that first half from Cherbourg must have rattled you.
I think that, it did. And I'll thank God that boys stayed focused on what we're doing, what we wanted to do. So hopefully they'll just maintain their discipline throughout the second half and come with the victory here. So hopefully they'll just get away with it.
Thanks, Eddie.
Donny down on the coach. Eddie from Yarrabah's got it all to do. Paul Neal met a big shot there from Chris Sando, but he's called it a shoulder charge.
No. You know it was.
Illegal in the NRL and certainly illegal here too at the Murri Carnival. Chrissy trying to motivate his players as he comes out of the line, hits big Paul Neal with the shoulder. Gotta love the little blokes on the prop forwards. Make it back in the game. I want the shoulder charge back.
I love the walk back. Obviously, Chrissy said something and the rest gone, you know it was. Chrissy said it wasn't.
Yeah.
You know it was.
You got me.
But look, it's one of those things, with this Cherbourg side, I've said it all game, Chrissy, Donald Malone, they just explode at times. Chrissy's been very casual at different parts in the game, but when he explodes and turns it on, something happens. And you just can't ride him out. As we keep talking about, plenty of time left. But Yarrabah, once again, slowing the game down, looking for this opportunity. 2 extra points. They're going to take them while they're there. Hopefully just grinding it away.
Finding himself in an identical position as the last time they took their penalty goal. 12 points clear of Cherbourg at the time. They're in that position once more. And Charles Murger is the man who puts the ball on the tee to try to take them 14 points clear. It's right in front, but it's a long way out. It's 35 metres out. And we've got some breeze happening here now at Ipswich. Let's see if we can bang it over. It's not the nicest of kicks, and it's waved away. Picked up at fullback there by Dennis Sando, who brings it all the way out to the 20-metre line. That's great work there from Sando, and not the best of chasers either from Yarrabah, who need a little bit more urgency if they're going to take those penalty goals.
Move back now! Here we are. Go.
Back down the right side, Big Malone charges forward. Long pass out. Chris Sando, he's heavily marked today, is Sando. Paul Neal was the man coming over the top to make the tackle.
Same way.
But he's calling it a shoulder charge as well for Paul Neal. He says, Chris, you going to get me one? I'm getting you one back. I don't care how little you are.
He would have loved that on his highlight reel, wouldn't he?
Cherbourg now on the attack, trailing by 12 points here. Donald Malone doing the big settle. He says, give me the ball, I'll take it forward. He's still going Malone. He's free. Can he step through? Just brought to ground there by Murri Carnival. He's to play the ball. Long pass out there from Boone. He's a sloppy one once more, and they've come up with a mistake. We've seen a couple of loose passes here from the hooker, and Chris Sando gives him the berated of his life.
Yeah, he's not happy there, and look, he has every right. You know, the ball that came out was terrible. Wasn't even sure who it was supposed to go to. But Cherbourg were in prime position. Looks like Yarrabah's going to hold on and be able to bring it back out.
Let's go. In. Out.
He's the fullback, Mullaney. Gee, he loves to run the football. I think he just has a bit of fun with it. He didn't like that one too much, though, as he slammed to the ground in a solid tackle once more from Georgetown, who's been very defensively strong here for Cherbourg.
Hold 9.
That was Renoff over the top that time with the hit. Here's Paul Neal. Pops the pass away to Barber. It's Mullaney once more. Can he get through the little fullback? I'd love to see him pass the football.
Watch that tackle. Go.
Barber, dummy half. Here's a 40-20 opportunity here from Charles Murga. It's running on as well, but he gets back nicely this time. Does Keith Walsh to clean up the football. This time it was, in fact, Paul Kyle. They're switching around this fullback role. Before it was Walsh, now it's Kyle. Sando's had a crack at it.
They're keeping us guessing up here, Cookie. Look, this defence by Yarrabah was a great kick chase. He got monster down there. And look, they're keen, this Yarry side, as this defensive line really comes up nice and fast. Shut down the time for the Cherbourg boys.
Crawling on his hands and knees that time was Eddie Aubrey. Up very quickly, as mentioned by Justin, this Yarrabah Seahawks defence. Best way to do it is get out of here, and gee, lucky the ball didn't run on there for Chris Sando for Yarrabah Seahawks, as Mullaney, as we've seen this fullback just hit the line, knows no other way. With a body that small, I tell you, he's got a big heart. Here's the run now from Johnson. Johnson, I told you, he gets tricky, he gets away from a few. Never seen him tackled by the first player, but the ball is loose, and it's pounced on here by Cherbourg.
Well, they're in great position here, Cherbourg. As Dennis gets up to play the ball.
Here's the run forward too, this time from Trevor Blair. I'd like to thank the organising committee for putting white numbers on the backs of these jerseys. Here's Aubrey once more. Sando, he looks on the inside, picks up Renoff. Francis Renoff now, he tries to go through the middle, gets away from 2. Great run there from Renoff. Ball right in the middle of the field, they come left now to Chris Sando. He steps on the right, looks in the pack on the inside, finds the hooker Brunies. He's brought to ground in front. They go further to the right. Here's the kick over the top, nicely from Costello. Climbing up nicely high, but the ball is picked up there too. It's been knocked on, I believe, from Sando. The right call as it comes back to a 20-metre optional restart here, and they're in a bit of trouble. They're the Seahawks, but they survive, leading 24 points to 12 in this men's semi-final. Once again, Seahawks calling for a little bit of calm as we take a look at the Cherbourg bench. Young Walsh, it looks like the man struggling there with a bit of a back or hip injury. Just under 20 minutes remaining in this clash as Tatapata tackled on his own 30-metre line. Come down the right-hand side. Underwood. Oh, he's lost the football there, Underwood.
Knocked on.
Simply just popped out. gets up and has a bit of a laugh with an old mate there in Donald Malone. And the Cherbourg United team, 40 metres out now from Yarrabah's line, just under 20 minutes to go, 18 minutes left on the clock in this men's semi-final.
You talk about copybook tackle. Chrissy just got nice and low there, took the legs out and got the ball back.
Update with Don.
Yeah, the other semi-final, Jake Dukes covering that. What's happening?
Oh, there's no try, no change in score, but we've just had a massive all-in brawl, and we've had a player from Perga sent off and a player from each side, the Dingoes and Perga, binned. So it'll be interesting to see. There's about 15 minutes to go. Who can come out on top with the numbers out?
And that final score? The score at the moment?
22-12 to the Dingoes.
Thank you.
Boys getting a little bit restless over there on field 2. And dare I say, if you go through to the finals, there might be some boys missing out on the final, which would be tragic. But you start that stuff, you've got to deal with the consequences. Here they are, Cherbourg on the attack. Here's a great run here from Joshua Costello. He's been active with the ball, seen him put kicks across, now running the football as well. Lewis Hopkins are actually involved there too as Georgetown. He takes the one, flicks it out the back. What about the flick pass there from Liam Georgetown? And Dennis Ando, who's played left wing, fullback, now right wing, scores the try for Cherbourg. Now only trailed by 8 points with his kick to come. Here comes Cherbourg.
Yeah, well, as I said, that was a great try. Great skill shown by Georgetown there. As you said, he's had a pretty good game. He's doing it all in defence and attack. As we watch the replay, nice long ball comes out to Georgetown. Just that speed. Left fend, flicked it out the back. And from a front-on view, this should look good from the side. Georgetown with the big fend, flick hand, and gets the ball down very easy. And you're right, Dennis, he's been going from wing to wing, and fullback, he might have to wear jersey 125 next time, 125.
He's covering plenty positions on the field there is Dennis. We've seen him be a real star of these carnivals over the last 3 years, that's for sure. Oh, the Murri mob turning out here too, enjoying the carnival. Cheering on Cherbourg too, I thought I heard them cheer. Kick successful from out there on the sideline for Georgetown. He's a tremendous talent with the boot. He's been a real star in the Intrust Super Cup. As getting quite noisy on field 2. Thought I saw Unky Walker scoring a try in the corner. Still got it on those old legs of his. Never old, just experience.
Experience, that's what it is. Well, as you see, that conversion was successful. Yarrabah only lead by 6 points at the moment. Wonder if it's going to come back and bite them that missed penalty opportunity.
We'll try and get you another update on field 2 for all your mob cheering on the Southern Dingoes and the Perga Wagtails. But that's the mistake coming off the kickoff here for Cherbourg. You cannot make those sort of mistakes. They trail 6 points here in this semi-final, and you just cannot afford to do that as Yarrabah now on the attack. Charles Murga picks up Tatapata. They're well spread out here on the right side. They go left though. A short pass, settle up the middle, and he's well claimed. That time he's Clinton Smith. Here's Tatapata. He looks to settle again. He gets through Tatapata. Can he put it down? Tries to spin around, but he's muscled back over the line. Great defence coming in that time from Cherbourg. Charles Murga, he looks to shape the kick, but he doesn't. Puts the pass away. Chris Sando looked to be in an offside position that time off Malone, but he succumbs to the tackle, and Cherbourg escape. Seahawks were on the attack, but somehow Cherbourg managed to stop the try.
Yeah, Cook, you're not too sure what happened there. I thought Chrissy was offside, but the ref was right on the money. He was in the spot, so I guess he's called it correctly. And that was a lucky escape for Cherbourg because Yarry looked like they were having something planned as we see him work their way out.
Eddie Aubrey foxing a little bit there for a penalty, but I tell you, if there's one player's put his hands up to try and get Cherbourg out of their own area, it's been Eddie Aubrey today. Another scoot from dummy half, this time coming from Rory Conlon. They go to the right now. Chris Sando throws a long pass out to Costello. He steps off the right. Beautifully done. Georgetown's in the middle. He tries to position him, but he can't. He's still going, Costello. Can he get to the try line? Oh, Murga comes at him. Has he managed to get it over? He looks like he's just short of the line. And the ball, oh no, he's just been stopped short of the line. And they'll turn the possession over to the Seahawks. How did he not make the try line?
That was a great play as we watched the replay. Oh, the ears are pinned back. He's going for it. And just rolls over. It is just short.
Oh, what about that? The head went back. Here's another run now coming from Johnson, who somehow managed to get claimed by the first tackler. He tries to avoid them most times. Conlon came up with a very good tackle, and Brown brings it out, met by a solid double tackle there from Cherbourg. Yarrabah, let's see what they can do now. Under the pressure as Mossman tries to bring it out from his own 30-metre line. Oh, still past the 20. They're struggling here at the moment as Mullaney says, let's go. Passes away to Underwood, gets a bit of space, gives a pass to Pearson. Pearson's going, pops it back on the inside to Johnson, who does get away from the first this time and the second. He's still going, Johnson. And that's the last tackle. They have not got the kick away here, the Seahawks. As Cherbourg get the ball on their own 40-metre line, we get the update from field 2 from Don.
There's plenty of action on field 2. And Jake Duke, what's the latest?
Well, after that, the all-in brawl, we had an 8-point try awarded to Perga. That took the score to 22 points to 20. Then Andrew Walker crossed in the corner for Perga, so it is now 24 points to 20. They lead the Dingoes.
Great, thanks for that.
Thanks, Donnie, and thanks, Jake. And we just got those pictures there of Unky Walker scoring in the corner. Perga going berserk. I'd love to make it through to the final of the Murri Carnival. The much-fancied Southern Dingoes littered with talent, and they're trailing Perga at the moment. But we come back to field 1 as Chris Sando tries to get his Cherbourg team going. Oh, and the ball's been dropped. Pearson's picked it up. He's away, Pearson. Pops the ball back over the top to Murga. He's got pace. Can he get away? He gets away from one. Oh, and he's met in a very solid tackle there from Paul Kyle. All the pressure here. Charles Murga throws the long pass. It's picked up out wide. Can they use the football nicely? He spun around and just been popped short of the line. Looked like Munda Clay. Oh, and also Murga's picked up and dropped to the line. Cherbourg somehow surviving on this set of 6. Long pass out wide. Mossman, the prop forward, gives it to Fenton Murga. He steps off the right. Brought down in a beautiful tackle. Ball pops out the back. Not sure it was touched. It was, it's 6 to go. They get another set here at them. What can Yarrabah do? 6 points in front. Throws a long pass. Koyuna's the man with the ball. Beautiful tackle. Costello might have been the man with that tackle. Goes through the line as easy as you like. Noel Underwood's the man. He'll score another one here for Yarrabah. And they extend their lead now to 10 with a kick to come. The Seahawks, 10 minutes left in this semi-final, looking very confident now at Yarrabah.
Yeah, they are, Cookie. Look, it was a great run. Great, drop ball down the end here from Cherbourg, and Pearson, the man on the spot, took off down the sideline. Cherbourg scrambled fantastically and actually looked like Yarry might have gone the wrong way. But as we're about to see the replay here, we can see exactly how it broke down. Pearson, that man, little pop the ball up. And as we can see, Underwood grabs another try. He's really run some good lines today, Underwood. He knows how to run into the space, and he's been rewarded just there.
He's a big boy, that's for sure. He's always hard to stop. And he's our man on screen who's picked up 2 tries in this men's semi-final. Seen a few doubles today, one to Theron Pearson and also a double to Donald Malone from Cherbourg. But Yarrabah looking very good here at the moment. All the pressure here on Charles Murga. Certainly in no hurry to make the kick. It's a messy old kick too, can't quite come back. And Yarrabah lead 28 points to 18 as we get another update from Don.
That's right, Brad. Another update from field 2. Jake Duke, what's the latest?
It's an awesome contest over there. The Dingoes have just scored again, so they go out to 28 points to 24 lead with about 10 minutes remaining.
Thanks, Jake.
It was a beautiful ball, popped on the inside from Apanui, picked up Conlon again. They're looking pretty good as they come back to the Dingoes.
That just watching that replay, actually, Javon White.
Oh, it's Javon White playing there. Thought I heard he mentioned as Wes Conlon earlier on.
No, I think I'm not too sure they got the names, but yeah, Javon White, they're obviously Q Cup Player of the Year a couple of years back. Giving great service to the Q Cup as we see a bit of a break here. Back live pitches, Yarrabah Cherbourg. Whichever way we look at it now, Cherbourg needs to score twice.
That was big Frank Canendo going through the middle as Miller. He's now claimed out wide from Ken Cobbo. Here they are now, Kayuna up the middle. Bruni's pops away from his tackle. On the halfway line here in the men's semi-final. 8 minutes left on the clock now. Cherbourg 10 points adrift here of Seahawks as they put in an early kick here from Charles Murger. Back to clean up is Justin Pryor. Their fourth fullback used in this game for Cherbourg. Hard to try and keep your confidence up or some combinations together with 4 different fullbacks they've tried so far in the semi-final.
I just wonder, Cookie, if the heat's taken out of them a little bit, and the fullback does a lot of work. So as we see Cherbourg bringing it back up.
Here's Ryan Walker. Can he get on the outside? He does, Walker. Doesn't quite have the pace to get on the outside of Underwood. He's still going though, Walker. He's bulked up a little bit here, I'd say, since the last time I saw Ryan Walker run around in the centres. This time it comes out to Chris Sando. He throws a long pass over the top now to Sullivan. Beautiful short pass. And he throws the dummy this time. Rory Conlon is the man. He still pops away to Georgetown. He scores the try. What about this? Here they come, Cherbourg. They only trail now by 6 points. All important. He'll keep the man who tries to convert his own try. But Liam, Georgetown, look out.
Yeah, Cookie, as we watch this replay here, once again it's that man, the number 7, Chrissy Sandow, gets a long ball out there. That's where they're finding some space. Nice little dummy. Georgetown in support. Back on the inside, back to the outside, and scores in the corner. I don't think he was too concerned about having to take it around because he's going to kick the goal anyway.
And the way he kicks, probably throw it over.
Well, look, we're going to come down to a very exciting finish here.
Well, he's wasted no time at all in Georgetown in kicking the goal. And he's got it over as well. Wow. He's got all sorts of talent when he's kicking the goals, especially when you're converting your own. It's just too easy. 28 points to 24 now. We've got identical scores on Field 1 and Field 2 in the semi-finals. It's going to be a cracking final regardless of who plays in it, that's for sure.
Yarrabah seem to be walking up. Just, maybe the heat's getting them. Maybe they're just slowing the game down. I think today they've really had a game plan and they've stuck with it most of the day, which has been good for Yarrabah. But Cherbourg have found the answers when needed, and it's going to be a cracker these last 5 minutes.
5 to go in the semi-final as Lyle Murger gets it underway. They're in front by 4 here, the Seahawks. And I think he's kicked it out on the full, has he? It's out on the full. What a mistake here from Lyle Murger. He's turned it over on halfway. Cherbourg now need 4 more points. We go back for another update with Don.
Yeah, Ricky Bird's with me now. Cherbourg fighting back.
Yeah, mate, it's been close all the way. Our defences have been a bit weak. It's like we're scoring a try and letting them hit straight back. But we've got a good opportunity to go over again, which hopefully push in front.
Thanks, Ricky.
Ryan Walker, the man claimed. We thank Don Johannesson for NITV. Sando back to Aubrey. He's met in a good tackle in the middle. 10 metres out now, the Cherbourg side. They trail by 4 in the semi-final. They go right now to Sando. He gives a pass to Sullivan. He runs behind a couple of players. In takes the tackle as well. Not much on there that time for Cherbourg.
Quickly, with only 4 points behind, they've got to be confident if they score the try that they'd get the extra 2 points the way Georgetown's been kicking. So, as we see here.
He's gone straight through and he's put the ball down. Too easy. It's Dennis Sando. Puts his arm up, cheering. The scores are level now with this kick to come. It's Georgetown to put them in front. Cherbourg are already celebrating. And with only 3 or 4 minutes left now on the clock, this has put Cherbourg in the box seat.
Well, as we watch the replay here, Dennis just the step charging through. He's a very big, strong runner of the ball, Dennis Sando is, and look, that was just proven there. He had a fair bit of work to do, but I think he took 2 steps on his knees there. He barged his way over, but whichever way, he scored the 4 points with the kick to come. Would you bet against Georgetown on this one, Cook?
Well, he's not taking the kick, can you believe it? They've given it to Chris Sando. Well, we saw on the game yesterday in the afternoon against the Kulpium Tigers, it was drawn at the end. He had the kick to outright win it. They went through on the first try scored, but he missed quite a simple kick in an identical position of yesterday. So this is an important kick here for Cherbourg to put it over. And the man who's played in the NRL at high levels of football, he'll try to put them in the front in the semi-final. Can you believe this?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know who made the call on that one, George or Georgetown or Chrissy's. So I'll take the ball here. But he's lining up now. This will put the boys 2 points in front. Cherbourg, if he gets it, as he moves in now.
Oh, he's hit the post and it's gone in. Can you believe it? I bet his heart was fluttering all over the place that time from Chris Sando. But they've hit the lead finally in this game. They've trailed the entire semi-final. But with 2.5 minutes left on the clock, Cherbourg have finally hit the front. 30 points to 28.
Cookie, how's this coverage going? Do we need the ratings to boost? Because that's what he's doing at the moment. He's putting everybody on edge.
Oh.
Everyone's turning the TV on
Poor
to watch
old
what's going on.
Ricky Bird. He must be dying down there, the coach.
All right, well, as we've said, a couple minutes to go. Let's see what Yarry got out.
The short kickoff. It's gone to 10. Oh, what a collision in there from Charles Murga. Put his body on the line that time and came up with it. The two halves came together that time. Here's Underwood. He's been one of the stars today for Yarrabah. Can they hit back? 2 minutes left on the clock. Barber at dummy half. Here's a short pass. Fentonberger now for Mossman. Here they are, 30 metres out now. The Seahawks, they've led all game. They're now finally trailing. Can they come back? Here's Mullaney. He knows one way, straight in the middle. And he's claimed quite easily there by Cherbourg. Cobbo and Aubrey there in defence as they've been all game. He's Fentonberger now. Long pass out wide. It's on Kayuna. Can he go all the way? He's brought down in a great tackle out wide. Sando was the man. Dennis in defence. He looked to pass. A kick goes across field. Oh, it's caught by Pearson, who just flicks it out the back to nobody. It's Mullaney now. He's the fullback. What does he look to do? Gives it out wide. It's Richards. He goes himself, Richards, and he'll score the try. Can you believe it? Merton Richards, who was phenomenal early on in the game for Yarrabah. They're going berserk here, the Seahawks fans. They've hit back. A minute to go. 32 points to 30 with a kick to come. Looks like they're going through to the final.
Cookie, you got to love Murri football, don't you? End to end, you never know what's going to happen. And look at this. The Yarry boys will save some of that energy, boys, because the big one's coming up still. But as we see on that replay here, crossfield kick went, Pearson's grabbed it, threw it out the back door, picked up, not much doing, spread out long to the wing, just weren't numbered up, and over for the try.
Well, he had a great start to the game, did Merton Richards, setting up 2 tries. Got the ball off Mullaney. I told you, I haven't seen him pass the football all game. And he finally throws the pass out, gives it to Richards, throws the dummy. And you can see them, the Guila, the Seahawks out there on the field. They're lapping it up, Yarrabah. They love to make it difficult for themselves, don't they?
Oh, they do, they do. As you said, you can hear the boys, very happy there, still with the kick to come. And incidental, doesn't matter, it's waved away, but the Yarry boys get out of that one, 32-30. I can tell you, Cookie, what a game of football. What a game of football. Yarrabah and Cherbourg,